Chevy car buyers are infuriated. Chevy car buyers are mad because Chevy and GM literally just canceled this very popular model. I mean, look, all you see is vehicles like this, the Chevy Silverado Custom, big, beautiful truck. Here's another Trail Boss, and of course, this Silverado Custom here. We're also talking about the Yukons. These aren't cheap, and neither are any of the other Chevy pickup trucks. And the brother brand GMC, and they come up with vehicles like the Denali like this, 6.2 liter V8 of Fury, powerful, luxurious, but expensive. Other trucks like this as well, more Denalis, High Countries. Z71, how much? Well, let's take a look at how much these trucks actually cost. Z71 Chevy, brand new. We're looking with all of its great glory here. One of the more popular models in the Chevy land, of course, with the tow hooks, big, beautiful headlights. Of course, they've got the all-terrain rubber on here, Z71, as we see. It's a gorgeous looking truck, chrome handles. Yes, absolutely, got that nice overhang here. It's a pretty truck, little step guards right there, and you can tow, of course. This is the LTZ or LTZ, depends where you're from. But let's take a look at the sticker on here. And there's not even a sunroof. There is leather in here, or pleather. And this is a Silverado Crew LTZ four-wheel drive, and it stickers at just over $80,000. Yes, $80,000 and change. That's pricey. And here's another one, a very basic spec in a Yukon. As you'll notice, it has some nice detail on the front end, but it does have more of the highway rubber in here. A very basic spec here. Running boards, very simple. Color keyed at least on the handles. And yes, lots of room here for the family and friends, and you can tow a lot of weight around here. So this is a very popular truck, and more people seem to be buying these, but that's because they have to. There's no options. This is all that Chevy's offering are SUVs and pickup trucks. As we look around here, let's take a quick look at the sticker. How much is this vehicle retailing for? Well, let's take a look. We have a 24 Tahoe 1FL four-wheel drive. Very simple spec. Yeah, it's just fabric seats in there. Pretty simple vehicle, but they're looking for $73,800. And while Chevy had an amazing first quarter in overall sales of their full-size pickup trucks, a lot of that came with fleet vehicles. Yes, these beautiful white vehicles here, that's going usually to businesses, corporations, you know, contractors. People like that are buying these up like they're hot candy. But for the most part, retail market is struggling, and not a lot of people are buying full-size pickup trucks on the retail market. But Chevy's putting all their eggs in that basket. They're investing in full-size trucks like this, or even smaller SUVs. Like we're looking at the Equinox. These have been a popular staple for a lot of Chevy buyers. Of course, we see Equinox here, very basic spec inside. There's a sticker, we'll take a look here, but I'm definitely liking it. It's very basic, but cost effective. Of course, basic little taillights, Equinox, and it's all-wheel drive. So it does satisfy a lot of people that just need a basic mode of transportation. It does give you the all-wheel drive, so you can drive this around every day. It's a great daily driver. It's practical, and a lot of buyers are looking for a practical vehicle. 4 doors and a trunk right there. And we have, this is a 24 Equinox LS 1.5T all-wheel drive, and they're asking $34,800, which means 35 grand out the door. It's about $40,000 for this little Equinox right here with a little 1.5. And as you can see, that's their bread and butter. They have vehicles like the RS Equinox, you have a Premier Equinox, you have an all-wheel drive LT Equinox, you have another all-wheel drive Premier Equinox, and then we have this, we have a Blazer EV right there. And the Blazer EV like this was on a stop production because of a lot of the Blazers, the EVs, as well as some of the smaller trucks like the Colorados had some quality control issues. A lot of their glitchy technology was holding them up. They also had problems with their autonomous system, the auto drive. It was causing problems. They had to go back to the drawing board. So these had a stop order, but now they're back in business. And we know Chevy's enjoyed a lot of success with a lot of the Corvettes they've seen. These are one of the few car models that they actually have right now. Of course, it was, you see almost every spec, 1LT, 2LT, 3LT models, they're very popular. There's basically all Stingrays here for every shape and size. But other than the Corvette, the writing was on the wall for sales of their cars. While the Chevy Malibu was one of those vehicles that was selling like hotcakes, not quite as well as the SUVs, it was third for sales. Pickup trucks, then we went to the Equinox, and then, of course, the Malibu. And so if you don't want a full-size SUV like the Yukon, Chevy offers up smaller vehicles like these. Right here, we have a Trailblazer all-wheel drive. If you don't like the Equinox, this might have you covered. Of course, again, we have a Blazer this is an ICE, and as well, more Blazers and Equinox vehicles like we see right here. But that's what customers are mad about. And unfortunately, the third best-selling car in their fleet is this very vehicle. Now, a lot of people just love to have a car. Not everybody wants a full-size, mid-size SUV. Some people just want the rental rental car special. These were cost effective, they're fairly reliable, they're easy to own and operate. Some people just like a vehicle that you can get in very easily, easy to sit in there, and it's just easy to live with. Some people just wanted this vehicle, and it's unfortunate because as of November of this year, the Malibu is going to go bye-bye. And so why is it going away? If they're selling, I mean, that was clearly a big mistake. When we saw Ford make way bye-bye to the Fusion, which was also a relatively good seller, that left them in a world of hurt because now they have nowhere to go back. They literally only have SUVs, electric vehicles, trucks, and now that there might be a demand for smaller cars, they don't have anything to offer. And Chevy is going down the same path here by eliminating the Malibu from their fleet. And so while I search online here, let's take a look. I do an Auto Trader search locally and I find a bunch of 2024 Malibus, very much like these very vehicles that we're looking at here. And I'm looking, and what we're seeing is 24s. They're basically brand new on lot, 32, 33, 32,000, 20, 38,000. That's a premium top end, but that's likely going to be probably out to lunch. Many of these can be had for $32,000 or $33,000. And so when you compare that even to a base level Equinox, you're talking about a vehicle that's clearly at closer to $40,000. This is a huge savings for people that want something cost effective. Now GM's literally marking their vehicles at a price point they want to make profits. And vehicles that are low profit margin vehicles like this, we've seen this happen time and time again. A lot of the OEMs are starting to scrap their lower margin vehicles for sake of a lot of these big SUVs that have much more profit margin in them. I mean, who needs heads-up display? Who needs 22-inch wheels? Who needs full leather and big sliding panoramic sunroof? Who needs all of that tech in there? But all that tech comes at a cost. And if GM and Chevy are only putting vehicles like this on the lot, that means profits going up. But where does that leave the consumer? Further and further in the hole, and average transaction prices are going to continue to rise. As we'll see, more of these trucks are the only thing left to buy. Either buy this or a half-ton truck, or even a base Equinox at 40 grand, or even some of those lower end vehicles. Even SUVs are now going for a significant amount of money, $40,000, $50,000 and up. Just means you can't get that $30,000 car anymore. Some people just want that car. Easier on gas, more effective and cheaper to buy. Some of them even come with all-wheel drive. And let's face it, Toyota and Honda still maintain that. While the Toyota Camry, as well as the Honda Accord, aren't necessarily their best sellers, they know that that's a stalwart. That's literally one of their safety margins and one of their standard vehicles that they've lived with from day to day, from the beginning of time when they came to North America and proven that they can build a better vehicle than many of the domestic products. They're clearly sticking with a product that works. Even cars like the Toyota Corolla as well as the Honda Civic are proof, in fact, that Honda, Toyota, as well as Mazda, even with the Mazda 3, aren't giving up on the sedan marketplace, knowing that even though they aren't necessarily the biggest profit makers, they are a staple for the brand and something that the customers actually want. They don't forget about all the customers. And sadly, unfortunately, come November, you will no longer be able to get one of these Chevy Malibus for a $30,000 price tag. You're gonna have to look at one of these for 80, 90, or 100,000, or this for close to 40, this close to 50. And the days of getting a cheap, affordable mode of transportation for Chevy are over. It's all about the profits, and sadly, where does that leave the customer? I don't know. I definitely want to check that video out, because that's how I actually search out and get some of the best deals that you can still get today while they're hanging on the lot. Remember, more days supply usually means you have a stronger negotiation power. Hope to see each and every one in the next one. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.